Having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Caleb Sturgis now to do the honors and get us started. And off we go from Seattle. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Rolls the lone man in the backfield. Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Second down following the run. They stay on the ground. Rolls again. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And good to see Jimmy back out there moving okay after the ruptured patella in Week 12 last year. You've dealt with that injury, haven't you?
I have, and let me tell you, you know that expression, I feel your pain? I felt Jimmy's when it happened. Now, mine didn't happen quite the same way his did. His happened in the line of duty. He was playing in a game. For me, I was just coaching. And went up to try and catch a pass. Poof. I think for me it was just mainly age. For him, he was actually playing.
But good to see him back out there healthy. First down, this is Rolls. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A nice tackle for loss there by the 5th-year man Fletcher Cox. Signed that 6-year extension in June. That locks him up through 2020.
One of the cornerstones of their defense, one of the guys you have to have on the field. I think he'll continue to get better and better.
They go again with Rolls. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
So on fourth down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Back deep is Darren Sproles. And this one's high, but not very far. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles take possession. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. On second down, here's Wentz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. Third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Returnable for Lockett. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
The emergence of Thomas Rawls out of Central Michigan, chalk one up for the scouting department of the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last year averaged 5.6 yards per attempt. Most of the NFL, of course, then he had that nasty ankle injury.
Well, he's back healthy and looking like the Thomas Rawls we saw in 2015.
On third down, Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Eagles.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's Wentz to throw, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it, trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz, screen pass to Sproles. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
It seems like, and it is a gamble on their side of the field, but they have supreme confidence in picking it up on a quarterback sneak. You can just feel it from this team.
Fresh set of downs here. Now this time, Wentz will throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. They'll run it with Sproles. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. And that is incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it's now 4th and 3.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. You know, that incompletion gives us a second. Seems like each week we talk about a certain division. We haven't discussed the NFC North a whole lot. Packers, Vikings, those were the top-heavy favorites, and now could be the Detroit Lions.
You're so right about that. Packers, Vikings, Vikings, Packers. It depended on who you talk to, but no one mentioned the Lions, who now lead the NFC North as they head into a Thanksgiving Day tilt with the Minnesota Vikings. Boy, what intrigue that game has now. That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
They'll send Baldwin in motion left. On 2nd down, Rawls. And a loose football. Rawls loses it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away.
After reviewing the play, the reading on the field is reversed.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. They come out here in the eye. In motion left, Curse. Now they'll run it on the toss. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Sproles, the return. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. And a 6'6" Beckham had a touchdown, his 2nd of the season against Seattle.
I think as the season goes on, you'll see more and more performances similar to the one we saw this past Sunday in Seattle for Dorial Green Beckham. You mentioned 6'6", ability to run really, really fast. That gives a quarterback confidence to throw the ball in his area. He should come down with it.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to CenturyLink Field. after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our first half of play. Not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. And some room to work. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. And it'll be a loss of about 8. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Now the former Oregon man. This is Kenyon Barner. And that closed up quick. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Now it's Lockett. So we've reached halftime here in a low-scoring affair. 6-0 is our score. As we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Seahawks and the Eagles haven't figured out yet how they're going to move the ball through the air. The defenses on both sides have kept points off the board, and it will be interesting.
So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Seattle defense getting set to go. They look good in the first half. They'll be looking to carry that momentum over into half number 2.
Finish a game the way you started it. That's typically the message at halftime when things are going well. You've done everything you're expected to do. How about a little bit more of that in the second half? But be aware they may throw something different at you to begin things.
Yeah, 50% of the equation still left to go.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
On first down, Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Wentz to throw again. Goes underneath for Sproles. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Here's Sproles. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Second down, 8. They come up in an offset eye. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
When teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Let's go! Green 39!
Now it's Sproles. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Now they'll throw it. Wentz finding time. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Cassius Marsh able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Tony McDaniel in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with 1st and goal. Have to believe that they'll continue to bring the pressure on 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So now on 4th down, the Eagles will hand things over to their field goal kicker, and that's Caleb Sturgis. This a 33-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Have it first to begin the 3rd. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now Wilson on 1st down. They set up the screen to Rawls. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. They come up in an offset eye. They come out here in the eye. In motion left, Curse. Wilson going to give to Rawls. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's caught outright by Graham. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tony McDaniel in there to drop it for his second sack now here tonight. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Wentz to throw on second down. Flushed out right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's Wilson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The rookie Jalen Mills with a pick. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Second down and 4. Sproles. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. In motion right, Baldwin. On second down, here's Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Slot man moves right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Connor Barwin in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He finds his man, Baldwin. It's a gain of 9 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. They'll come out in the pistol. Back to the ground attack. It's Rawls. They find some open field here. Past the 20. There goes Thomas Rawls. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas Rawls, 46 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Encroachment, defense.
So now they'll try it again as they line up to go for 2. And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll try and sneak it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. A QB sneak on the 2-point try. That's something you usually do when the ball's about 3 inches away from the goal line. But here, they get it from 2 yards out.
Yeah, that's a lot of confidence, isn't it? And your offensive line, especially the guys in the interior, the center, and the 2 guards, to wedge some space for a quarterback to get there from 2 yards out. I'm with you. Normally, it's really short yardage. That one, that was a gutsy play.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So the D-line's going to spread out. desperation throw deep. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in a 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now. There goes Thomas Rolls. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Thomas Rolls with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Now Wentz. It'll be a gain of 4. And it's a second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Second down now after the pass completion. Back to throw. Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Wentz to throw. Green Beckham's got it complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. To throw is Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Matthews that time, and now it's second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Let's go.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And there was a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He's got time in the pocket. He's gonna let it fly. That's gonna be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way. And you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen. You'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.